Well, hello friends, Coach Bob with you today, and man, have we got a lot to get done in a short period of time, so we're going to get to moving real fast. Today, we're going to be talking about the important safety recall. Yes, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to also talk about a couple of fellas that have gotten rid of their Spyders, and I want to tell you why. I get a lot of emails, and we're going to also talk about a fella who got a Spyder and the engine was kaput when he got it, was messing up, and how BRP is replacing that engine. We'll talk about that. And we're going to talk about a little bit of piracy. Yeah, the old Coach Bob 3 channel is experiencing some piracy where people are stealing stuff. That's okay. We're going to talk about that right after you do me a big favor. That is, give this video a thumbs up. Click subscribe, share it with your friends. We really do want the channel to grow, but definitely make sure, go down there right now, make sure you are subscribed. All right, without further ado, let's talk about this important safety recall. You know, for anyone who's ridden a Spyder for any extended period of time, we know that this has been an issue with the Spyder for a long time. This is nothing new to the Spyder folk. Now, the question of why it took so long, now that is a valid point and a valid question. We may delve off into some dangerous territory and talk about that too. But anyway, this is about front sprocket wear and potential loss of propulsion. Yes. Now, if you'll know that on your Spyder, on the left-hand side of your engine, you've got your belt coming out of the old engine. You got a big shaft coming out with splines there, and then your sprocket or pulley, whatever you want to call it. I saw somebody call it a pulley earlier, and everybody jumped on it. You're dumb. You don't know that it's a sprocket. Whatever. It's okay. So, but it is the front sprocket. So you slide that over those splines, and there's little teeth and teeth grab there, and it turns, and it turns the big giant belt, and that turns your back tire. Look at that, man. It's like rocket science around here. So what happens when those little gears in there, when those little splines start to wear, you get what they call the red dust of death. And that means that thing can shear off. It can not turn. It'll just it'll strip out in there. That's basically the best way of putting it. Is it that extreme? Well, it is if you're out there on the road and you can't go, then it is definitely that extreme. You know, BRP is certainly not the first company to experience the red dust of death. Yamaha had a motorcycle years ago, had a drive shaft that experienced this very exact same problem, just in a different way. But the red dust of death, that was the sign and symptom that you were going to lack propulsion. After reaching out to a couple of dealers, there are some things in this recall that dealers seem to be unaware of. And I'm not going to mention new dealers' names. I'm just going to say that I made some calls, all right, because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. First off, let's talk about what vehicles this covers. If you have a Spyder from 2015 to 2019, mine's a 2019, if it's an RT or an F3, and it says certain 2015 to 2019 CanAm Spyder RTs and F3s. So yours may not be impacted by this, but mine is. Be sure and go on the BRP webpage, go to their safety recall page, type in your VIN. It'll let you know if you're impacted by this. I got the official notice in the mail in the last couple of days. This is where the dealers seem to be somewhat confused. This interim repair procedure. It says, this procedure will act as a temporary solution until the front sprocket replacement is available, as all front sprockets will need to be replaced. The procedure will be available at your dealer starting on June the 30th. Now, as of the recording of this video, right now, today is Tuesday the 28th. You're watching this on the 29th. The dealers that I spoke to don't know anything about a temporary solution. They do know about the recall. They do know about the sprocket replacement, but they do not know what the temporary solution is. They say that temporary solution will take about an hour. Then they say that the parts will come in and the dealer will start doing that repair work starting on August the 30th. So as of August 30th, the new sprockets should be there and they can start replacing things. This is directly off of the recall notice. It says the wear occurs of usage of time and varies between vehicles. In case of loss of propulsion, you will maintain steering and braking functions, but you will not be able to maintain your speed, thus lack of propulsion. We recommend that you go to your dealer for the interim repair procedure. So that's what this is about. So like I said, if you got this, great. If you didn't get this, be sure and go on the BRP webpage and check that out. Why did this take 7 years when we knew this was a problem in 2015? Could it be money? I'm sure it was. Could it be just wanting to put the pillow over your head? Could be that too. I don't know why. I do know it took too long, and I do know that this has been a problem, and many people have replaced this sprocket multiple times. It's all over the internet, all over Spyder lovers, all over the forums. It's all over everywhere. You can't go on the Spyder location right now and not read about this recall. But that's what it's about. If you weren't in the know, and if you're not a social media hound, that's what it's about. Now I'm going to talk about an issue that has plagued a few users. These are folks that have actually gotten rid of their Spyder. The last one I spoke with this evening on through Facebook messaging. I will not share his name for the sake of privacy. However, he was recently on a big trip, a very big trip. He was on the verge of hitting all of the lower 48 on a motorcycle, which is very, very cool. And on their way back from the trip, his Spyder died on him. When I say it died, it just quit. I know several people who've had their Spyder quit. I was one on a bridge. I have since said, could I have bumped the kill switch? It is not beyond the realm of possibility. If my Spyder quit on me again, then I would know that is not what occurred. I'm really not quite sure what occurred. It could have just been that it overheated and it cut off. I was punching every button trying to get this thing to crank up, and it took me 45 minutes until the thing cooled down and it ended up cranking up. Did I bump the kill switch? I guess anything's possible. Again, I'm not one to jump to hasty conclusions. If it fails on me again, then I'll know that I have a problem. But for it to be serious enough for someone to go, this is not the first time that it had left them stranded, that he felt it necessary to trade it in and buy something that he felt would be more dependable. Look, you guys know I love my Spyder, and I will ride it until the wheels fall off of it or until it won't crank anymore. But I'm also not one to just be a fanboy and go, you know, look, this thing is without flaws. I'm not going to do that, because that would just be a lie, and I'm not going to do that. The third thing, I have a subscriber who has been contacting me via email. He had an engine on his new Spyder that was leaking oil in multiple places. So they realized that very quickly that the engine had major problems and they were going to have to replace that engine. Now, I'm going to tell you, I think BRP should have given him a brand new machine. I'm just going to tell you that right out of the box. You sell me something that has a defective engine in it, I don't want a new engine. I want a new Spyder. I'm just going to tell you. And I think that it's not cool to make the customer wait on an engine. Then they sent an engine and it was the wrong one. Apparently different depending on where you are in the world. There are different variations of whatever. Or maybe it's model specific. I don't know. But they sent him the wrong variation of the engine. Now, I will say kudos and hats off to BRP, because when they realized they did that, they're resending a new engine, the proper one, and they're getting it done very, very quickly. And the dealer is supposed to have this taken care of in the next week or two. So I want you to understand that things can go wrong. Things do go wrong. However, it does appear that BRP is making this right and getting this engine going for him. Again, I think it would have been way, way, way more effective for BRP to eat that Spyder and send him a brand new one. Just my opinion, because that's a lot of work. That's a lot of connections. And it's just, to me, it just doesn't seem cool to the end user. You know, I had someone ask me here recently why I thought I was not a BRP, what do they call it? An ambassador. I think it's videos like this that will pretty much seal my fate. There's no way that I'm not going to tell the truth. It doesn't, I'm not beholden to anyone. I'll drive my Spyder, I'll ride it, I'll like it, I'll love it. When there's a problem, I'll tell you there's a problem. When it's good, I'll tell you it's good. When it's great, I'll tell you it's great. When it's fun, I'll tell you it's fun. But just wanted to let you know that. Then the very last thing, piracy. I'm going to get my phone here. So there's a channel called Fast Lane TV who has been pirating, just point blank. It's nothing more than theft. They take videos of mine. They take videos of other Spyder riders, and they put them together, and then they paste all of our work into this montage, and then they talk over the top of it. I don't want them using my material. However, YouTube makes it so darn difficult to turn in a copyright infringement. It's just not even worth the effort, just being honest with you. But Fast Lane TV, I will officially go on record as saying you are a bunch of talentless, unprofessional hacks. So there you have it. You steal my content. That's the best I can say about you. You know, if they would have asked me to use it, I would have gladly said, 2 thumbs up, man, go right ahead. Feel free. Just give me credit where credit is due. But they'll use my video and they'll put their logo over the CB3 so you can't tell where it came from. That's pretty crappy. So I guess that pretty much tells you how I feel about that, don't it? Now, I don't want you to think this video is negative, because it was certainly never intended to be that way. However, there are things out there that do go wrong, and there are things, and I don't want you to be beat up or be upset or be frustrated and go, man, I'm the only one dealing with problems. Folks get machines and they mess up. It doesn't matter if it's a BRP product. It doesn't matter if it's a Kawasaki, a Honda, a Harley, a Suzuki. It doesn't matter. These things happen with whatever you buy. And oftentimes when you order aftermarket parts, they come in, they're either broken, they're bent, they're scratched. Oftentimes, I mean, I bought a battery and they actually delivered me an empty box where the battery, when they were moving the box, broke through the end of the box. And the battery wasn't even in there. Whether someone got them a free battery or if something really happened, I don't know. However, RevZilla replaced the battery. But those things happen as you order things, as you deal with things. And right now, with where we are, it can be very, very frustrating. So I want you to do me a favor. I want you to really focus on being positive as things go wrong in your life, because I see so many people struggling right now. I'm getting emails every single day of people that not only problems with important safety recalls or equipment malfunctions or engine malfunctions or you know, the stuff with content on the internet. Man, I got some. I'll share a message with someone that I got here recently too. It was just beyond me. I actually deleted them. I can't even remember the guy's name, but he went off on how terrible the Spyder was, how slow it was, how sluggish it was, how crappy it was, and how what he rode was the only thing in the world that was awesome, and that anyone that would ride a Spyder is a moron. There are people out there that are like that. Again, I try my best to delete those comments so you don't have to see that nonsense. So if you do catch those things, don't get involved in an argument or trying to prove that you're right. Don't be a keyboard warrior. People like that, honestly, they don't matter. They really don't. And they do it for attention. I'll just delete their comment, block them from the channel, and we can have our own happy little life right here on the Coach Bob 3 channel, because that's what I want to do. But I learned a long time ago that as with everything, whether it's motorcycle riding, health and fitness, in anything, there's always growing pains. So we're experiencing a few here on the Coach Bob 3 channel, but nothing that we can't overcome as the Coach Bob 3 community, because you guys are absolutely awesome. All right. Well, that's about it for the night. And I'm going to tell you right now, things are going great. They couldn't be better. We just got back from Virginia. It was a wonderful trip. Got to visit some family up there. Coach Vic is doing awesome. Her health is just top notch, man. She's lifting weights. She's working hard. And who knows, maybe before too much longer, I'm going to be able to get her back on the Spyder. She's been a little beat up physically, but like I said, she's pretty much 100% now. There's some traveling got to be coming. It's hot, and I'm ready to put it in the breeze, baby. All right. So do me a favor until next time. Go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you got to have fun. You are doing it wrong. Now you go seize the day, and I will see you on the road real